This is Tom Cloud with this week's Precious Metals Market Update. In some ways, it's a lot like last week, but in some ways, it's not. And what we want to get to immediately is the calls that are pouring in here about interest rates going up with the Fed. The Federal Reserve meets next week, week after, and then they're going to raise rates with over an 80% probability, of which the markets, in my opinion, have already countered that into the market prices. But when they do that, you got to remember bonds are going to get hit. Bonds have been hit so hard since the Trump election back in November, and yet there's a piece of the pie that says, well, maybe bonds will rally because of what's going on with the elections in Europe. So let's take a quick look at that. Certainly, if interest rates continue to go up here 2, 3, or 4 times this year, as the Fed's talking about, bonds are going to be the worst possible place you can have any money. And you're going to see big drops and liquidity problems in bonds, as we see inflation has already doubled just on the last 3 months from what it's been for the last 3 years. We're seeing the annual rate doubling as everything out there is going up in price. So with all this money that's been created by Trump and Obama and Bush, we're starting to see all that kick in higher prices. Then you have the side of the market that says, oh no, bonds is where you want to move short term for safety as we watch the European Union fall apart. We have the first election, March 15th, in Netherlands. And Netherlands has said, the leading candidate has said, he's pro-Trump, he's pro-immigration, of vetting in, people coming in, and he also wants to leave the European Union. Then the more interesting election is on April 23rd, when the 5 parties, 4 of them are run by a man, and Marine Le Pen, the female, who's second in almost every poll, because what happens there, as soon as the election's over, 10 days later, 2 weeks later, they have the runoff. And the top 2 of those 5 run. It's almost certain Le Pen, the female candidate, and the pro-Trump candidate will be in the runoff. But she's still behind when you look at her against one of the other guys in what they call the Conservative Party, which is not what you and I would call conservative. So this is very important, because if she were to win, and if she changed immigration policy, and if she withdrew from the European Union, then it would be a fast drop in the European economy. All of them would have to print up their printing presses, and gold and silver would go up. Bonds would even then go into a further decline after the initial drop of money moving to U.S. Treasuries on the very short term. So what I've told you is interest rates are going to go up, except for the short period where we could have a European Union catastrophe, and then interest rates would stay stable for a very short period to see if it was going to put the world into a recession. I know it gets complicated. I know it's not stuff you look at every day, but it's probably one of the most 45-day periods of importance in my whole 41-year career. So look at it and watch it. You're going to win with gold any way you go. Silver's the one that is going to explode and double or triple in a very short period of time if things fall out and money's printed by all these countries. But gold is going on, and we continue to hear the date March 22nd. March 22nd. It seems like there's something out there that we don't know that is going on behind the scenes in Europe, and there could be all kind of rumors on a very pro precious metals announcement on or before March 22nd. So stay tuned and put that on your calendar, because it really could be a day changer if some of the rumors are true, and there is going to be a new gold-backed currency this year, not 3 or 4 years down the road, as a lot of you have asked me about and read about. So all I can tell you is stay tuned almost daily. Watch the price of metals, watch the bond market and the stock market, because if the European Union collapses, the U.S. stock market will make a big drop for sure. So it's kind of a time of wait and see, be careful. You should be adding to your precious metals, a little bit at a time. During this time, cost averaging, because where the price is today after the drop of the past 3 days, the market, in my opinion, has now been discounted. And as I record this on Wednesday morning, March 8th, gold and silver are absolutely at still prices and should be added accordingly. Not all that you want to put in, but partial you should go in and put in. If any of you are interested in self-directed precious metals IRA, we can help you set that up, where you can actually own physical gold and silver through a custodian. We would function as your broker and your representative, and we would talk about what percentages you wanted in gold and silver. So call us on that. You can reach us at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812. And if you're still holding rare coins, we feel you need to make a switch to bullion coins as quickly as possible, because if you look at the last 17 years of this gold bull market, gold bullion's gone from 256 to 1230, where it is 1220 something, where it is today 500%, where the rare coins have not even doubled over the 17-year period. Plus the companies that sell them put very large markups. If you want to buy rare coins, I'll sell them to you at 4% over my cost, and you'll be saving a tremendous amount if that's the way you feel you have to go. But the next few weeks are going to pick up in knowledge, but for now, slowly move in, watch the 2 elections in the Netherlands and France, and the possibility of the breakdown of the European Union. Until next week, this is Tom Cloud signing out.